So, how many of you are familiar with the singer Al Stewart? It's okay if you're not. Okay. So there was this single. He wasn't very popular in America. He was in the pop life for a while, but then he became sick of that quite fast. And he prefers to perform at pubs and clubs, and the concerts are more intimate because you actually feel like you are one of the people he's singing to. Whereas if you're in an auditorium with thousands. So this is just it lives up to its name. It's just called A Small Fruit Song. So said the apple to the orange, oh, I wanted you to come close to me and kiss me to the core. Then you might know me like no other orange has ever done before. That's it. That's it. His first 4 albums, he wrote very confessional songs. And then practically every album beyond that, let's just say you'll get a history lesson in each and every song. He covers topics that nobody dares to. It's amazing. So this is the joke now. This guy moves to the big city. You pick one, wherever. And he takes the train each morning. And for a few years, he's noticed this group of people who huddle in the corner of the car. And he listens intently, and one of them will say, number 67, and they'll all just die laughing in front of him. He doesn't understand what's going on. And then another person, 5 minutes later, will say, number 172, and they're all just roaring with laughter. And so after a few years, he says, okay, I can't take this, I have to find out what's going on. He asks one of them, he asks this woman who usually sits next to him, can you please tell me what's going on? She says, yes, well, we've been sitting here for about 10 years, in the same commute, and we have told each other the same jokes over and over. We've just memorized them, so all we have to do is just say the number, and we just know the punchline. We'll all start laughing. And he says, okay, well, can I try this? And she says, yeah, sure, give it a whirl. He waits 5 minutes, and then he says, number 8. Nobody laughs. They all just stare at him coldly. He starts to cringe, and he says, what did I do wrong? And the woman next to him says, it's the way you told it. So, yeah, so. Alright. So, let me see here. Not that one, not that one. Nope. Lost it. Okay, how many of you have read the epic piece Beowulf? Okay, awesome. So you're quite familiar with Grendel's mother.
Sorry, quick shout out to a musical by David Malloy, who also did the great comic based on watch it. It's great. Listen to it. He also had a musical like around Beowulf. It's amazing.
Nice. I will take a look at that for sure. So this is an unconventional ode to Grendel's mother. All right, make it official. Make it official. I'm sorry, I'm trying to balance one thing here. Oh, ugly she-beastie, such a fine son you have raised, descendant of Cain? Who is the father? Oh, disfigured mother of a monster. You are not a serpentine seductress as depicted in recent media, except your current body of disgust. Oh, maternal monstrosity! Your aquatic cave needs some redecorating. Rearrange your victims' skulls by size, and use a variety of stones to cover the gap. Oh, Miss G, how do you support your spawn who feeds on a pointless supply of knights, tough armor with a red chewable middle? Swords are dull and futile. O she-devil of old Anglo-Saxon mythology, did your hollow heart shatter with lost pride as you found a fearless man ripped your baby's arm clean off with his own too weaponless hand? Shame, shame. He is cheerful, but will you go to him in the night, or will he come beckoning your utter death first? Oh, hopeless hell, harlot, your face made for radio, your body made for carnival sideshows, your breath made for a cemetery, your emotions no one shall marry. Oh, evil fire bride, your time on the sphere is up. So a couple of years ago I wrote this epic poem, and when I say epic I don't mean totally awesome. It's a long narrative piece. You know? So this is like a horror fantasy crossover, and so I wrote the epic itself and I wrote 40 supplemental pieces that belong to the epic, but they're not in the epic, you see. And this is a tribute to one of the characters that are in them, that's in the epic, and they're called the Prophetics. And to describe them for you briefly, imagine, if you will, these figures in white robes. They're hooded, and they have skeletal hands, so it's pretty obvious that. Anyway, they make prophecies in the sand. They don't speak at all. They speak with their hands. They make prophecies. Are you familiar with mandalas at all? Like this form of art. It's like it's a very ancient form of art. Monks would make layers like in the sand. It's very artistic. So it's a tribute to the Prophetics. They are silent as they are an unanswered series of screams. They are the soothsayers who reply to the purest prayers. They are the miracles, the joy believers, the hooded robe wearers, neither genuine nor synthetic, neither false nor authentic, euthanizing those deemed pathetic, castle walls hallowed for the Prophetics. The Prophetics speak with their skeletal hands. The Prophetics make prophecy mandalas in the sand. The Prophetics hold no grudge against Ankar's demands. The Prophetics are silent, though Tun completely understands. They are indifferent to confrontation, but will end one as quickly as it started. They are the source of providence and the catalyst for reason. They are the immortals, the pathfinders, and individual zeniths. Firm believers in modern aesthetics, changes bring on anxiety's ticks. No illusions or sorcery tricks, they stand before you, the humble Prophetics. The Prophetics practice preserving natural conservation. The Prophetics thrive in a balanced, equalized nation. The Prophetics need neither voices nor dialects to conduct a conversation. The Prophetics vanish out of mind with fair salutations. So there's that. And then last but not least, this is a draft. It's part of an 8-part poem that I wrote called Catharsis. It's probably the sweetest moment in it, and Zach, based on a previous conversation that we recently had, you might like this. So it's just called Catharsis Part 7. Alright, laugh with me through tragic possibilities. Laugh with me until suffocation kicks in. Laugh in public for reasons unknown. Laugh in private so the people behind the corners can hear. Laugh at yourself to cope with eventuality. Laugh at yourself until your third eye tears up. Laugh out of sheer awkwardness towards mythology. Laugh out of context towards statements of reality. Laugh and kiss opportunities on the invisible cheeks. Laugh and love the celestial one you are destined to find. Poetry lives. Yes. And thank you all for coming.